Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Moohead Radio Cleveland Browns halftime report with a tie football game. And what started out looking like it was going to be a blowout for the Redskins is now 17-17 at the end of the first half. Just write your thoughts in the chat room. I'm going to be following what you have to say there. If you're watching along the line on YouTube, if you want to check out mooheadradio.com, there's a chat room there. You can make comments, and we talk about this in real time because that's the kind of cow that I am. Look, it started out awful now, didn't it? It really, for the life of me, looked like the team came out flat, and we've seen that over and over in the past God knows how many years. And when the team looks like that they're just not interested, they're missing tackles. They had pursuit on some plays that looked like they weren't even pursuing very well. It was bad, and it was unacceptable as far as, the coaching staff had to be really upset when you come out looking this week. Open field tackles, the tight end perpetually not being covered. There's just no real excuses for the way that this game started out. And that's the bad side of it. The bad side of it is when you're playing on the road, you fall down 14 points. It is not a good thing. And especially when you're playing a rookie quarterback and you don't have a high-powered, a high-octane, quick score kind of offense, it usually is the absolute kiss of death. But and for some reason, I'm not able to see anything that's going on in the chat room right now. I see who's in the chat room. Hi to Magambi, to General Dog, to Hammer Time. Hammer, you'll be with me on the post-game show afterwards. Perrysburg Guy, KJQ, Tony, Kahuna Bone, Papa Burl, and Wiley Fox, Guest 659, Big Lurker UK, and Jeff and Bama all sitting in the chat room right now. I just can't read anything that you folks are saying. So I'll try to refresh this and see if I can. But there's much more good than there is bad. All right? The good news is that the Cleveland Browns are using their running game effectively and keeping the Washington defense off balance. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Washington Redskins have a good defense because they don't. They've given up 34, 27, and 27 points in the first 3 weeks of the season. They've won one game and they've lost two. This is not a great football team. But if you're going to keep your rookie quarterback alive, you've got to run the football. The play action fake has to mean something. And Isaiah Crowell and Duke Johnson have found holes up the middle. And this has been the pattern this year when the Browns choose to run the football, that they have the ability to go up the middle and between the tackles. And I've said in the past, last year, I thought that Isaiah Crowell was wasted. They were running him outside far too much. He is a between the tackles runner. You saw at the goal line when he scored a touchdown. He is a running back with a lean. And when he's at his best, he gets an extra 2 to 3 yards after contact, not only because of leg drive, but just simply because of his ability to lean forward. Some running backs really run very straight up and down. Isaiah Crowell really has a very good body position when he runs and usually can get yardage after contact. It proved to be, when you're down by the goal line like that, it is a real lifesaver not to have to throw to the short field. You get an opportunity to throw to a short field and you're going to make a mistake. You're going to get sacked. There's going to be a holding call. But if you can run the football in from the 4-yard line, it's a tremendous amount of confidence that gives a team, especially a young team that doesn't necessarily have big-time receivers who can catch touchdown passes. But by far, the most positive development in all of this is Cody Kessler, who has been way better than what any of us expected to be the case. And it is shocking to me in one regard, how much more poised he looks compared to what he looked like in the beginning of his first professional football game. Here's some things that I noticed about Cody Kessler that I really enjoyed watching. One, I think that I'm seeing him thinking. I'm not seeing him simply dumping the ball off. There were a couple of plays where the primary was not open, and instead of just throwing the ball into the turf, he waited for somebody else to come open. And, you know, it's like, well, he suddenly has an understanding and a pocket presence, and that's kind of an exciting thing because we have not had a young quarterback with that ability. One thing they said about Kessler when he was at USC were the coaches that he went through. Of course, he went through that whole Sarkisian drama when your coach gets let go for substance abuse and public drunkenness, and then you have to go through a second coach and then a third coach. Your career in college doesn't have a chance to get off the ground, yet he was still an extremely high percentage accurate thrower and the leading passer at USC. Of course, we know the accuracy, but we've heard this story before about accurate quarterbacks coming out of programs but not having tremendous arms. What we don't know about young quarterbacks is how they play at tempo. How, when the game picks up with speed, what does the quarterback see and how long does it take him to see it? We know that Kessler doesn't have quick feet. He's not a scrambler, but it looks to me as if he's getting us in and out of the huddle. He's getting us up to the line of scrimmage. He's definitive in his play calling. He is looking at his receivers, and then he's looking off his receivers if they're not open. There was the one sack that I think was more of a coverage sack. He did hold on to the ball a little bit too long there, but if you look at the play again, Pastor lost his man, and that's why he got sacked on that play. But the pass rush has not been a big thing for Washington because the Browns have successfully been able to run the football. The other thing that's nice is seeing him. There was a pass that he made where he was looking over the middle of the field and it was taken away from him, and he went to Barnage on the sideline and got 12 yards. Made a perfect throw in Terrell Pryor's first professional touchdown reception. That is a big-time throw. That's a throw that is to the right, which is, again, what the tendencies showed that Kessler was passing virtually all the time over the middle or to his right. But the read that he made on Barnage was thrown to his left. Terrell Pryor is the other tremendous thing that we're seeing. A day or two after this whole Josh Gordon nonsense comes to the ending that it had to come to, Terrell Pryor is proving that he is a number one receiver, and he is abusing an all-pro from one season ago, and he's doing it with physicality and with his height, and he's not just doing it with his speed, he's doing it with his route running. He's getting to the spot where he needs to get to. He's using his body and he's using his feet, and it isn't just raw speed. He isn't trying to run by people. Now, you really wish you had Corey Coleman to go along with this, to give the rookie a little bit more downfield threat as they pay more and more attention to Terrell Pryor. But there's nothing that I can say bad about the way Cody Kessler is playing. What I would say is he's efficient. The thing with Cody Kessler is you've got to keep him out of third and long situations because he is not a guy who's going to hurt you with a real deep downfield verticality. That's not what he does. However, he might be able to get somebody open down there if we continue to break runs up the middle like we have earlier in the game. Now, I am reading what people are saying in the chat room. Wable saying when these guys get used to playing together and no more injuries, we're going to get a lot better. Well, they already are getting a lot better. The fact is that down 14-0 and getting off to the start that they got off to would have been a total disaster in previous years, but this team had the composure to get back into the game. The other positive thing is seeing Parkey kick a 51-yard field goal and looking comfortable doing it. He has the leg strength. The accuracy was highly questionable in week one, but he did have a full week to work with, and I'm not even sure, but he did have a chance to work with his snap and holder. and that helps. And I would say that Kessler as well, knowing that he's going to be the starting quarterback, gets all of the reps. The problem that I see here is that they're saying that RG3 is already throwing the football, and they're saying that McCown is close to throwing the football. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to see these players. I want to continue to see the rookie develop, because this is an opportunity for him to learn under difficult circumstances. And he's got a head coach who believes in him, and what Hugh Jackson has said about him appears to be true. And what was in college appears to be true. That changes in system don't seem to bother Kessler. This was a way of life in his college career. And now it appears that he's able to adjust to game planning at the NFL level. The speed of the game, I'm not going to tell you that the Redskins have a good defense. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Cody Kessler is the quarterback of the future. But I will say this, that if you pick a guy who is not listed to go in the top 7 rounds, basically in the NFL draft, but was expected to be an after draft pickup by somebody, if you end up with a quarterback who has either the ability to be a fair NFL starter or a solid NFL backup, you made a good deal. Now, here's the thing. Everyone's going to make the comments that the Browns didn't get Carson Wentz. And look, I'm not going to go backwards on this because there's no rearview mirror. You have what you have, and you can't go back in time. And I don't think Bill Belichick is sitting there saying, why did I let Terrell Pryor go? You move on with everything. And people, Perrysburg guy and Papa Burler are agreeing with me, keep the rookie in. What I will say is he's looking around the field and he's getting people up to the line of scrimmage far better than RG3 did. And I love Josh McCown, but Josh McCown at 37 is a backup quarterback. I frankly don't see any reason to continue to play RG3. I don't think that his career lies in Cleveland. I'm not sure that he has a professional career left, to be very honest with you. What I do believe is that I fear for Josh McCown's health, and I don't want to see him get hurt. I want to see him as a backup quarterback, but you got to do the job that the Browns are doing today, protecting the rookie and running the football. Those are the two things that are the most important things. Don't force the kid into making huge plays. Let him do what he does best. Now, I'm going to say this about the Tom Brady coming into the league, and I'm not comparing Cody Kessler to Tom Brady, but the fact that you can process information quickly and get the ball out is an important skill. And if Cody Kessler can process information quickly and get the ball out to his receivers and throw the ball accurately, that's all we can ask for from a 3rd-round pick. And he at this point has got fresher legs and fresher body than a 37-year-old guy does, and we know about RG3's body as well. Hey, it's time for the second half, folks. I'll be back along with Jim Hammer for the post-game show. The kickoff is happening right now. The Browns will be coming to the line of scrimmage with an opportunity to move the football first thing in a tie football game. Thanks a lot for tuning into the post-game show. I'll be back again after the game, so please check us out then. Until then, enjoy the second half and go Browns. Bye-bye.